Albatross Junction. What an incredible book. I'd like to give this my highest recommendation. Albatross Junction by Anthony and Kevin. One of the finest books that Indie Comics has ever produced. I do want to recommend Albatross Junction with all my heart. This is really spectacular. And there's a sketch inside of me being a big fat slob. Cyberfrog over my shoulder, some pie, and it looks like looming death. There's death looming over me here. You guys, I mean, I'll do this anyway. I mean, I will promote your comics. If they look great like that one actually does look, I'd be happy to promote your comics. And I did also get a whole big stack of trading cards. These guys, Andrea went through these and was like, these are beautiful. Why don't your trading cards look this good? And I was like, there are trading cards. We're doing them together. You think you're putting me down. You're putting us down. This is a group effort, sweetheart, and don't you forget it. So good stuff. The book is called Albatross Junction. And I do want to promote that today. Hello, everyone. Hello in the chat.
Welcome to Comic Book Creation Live. This is Anthony. I am one of the creators of Albatross Junction. Go and check out Albatross Junction on Indiegogo if you're watching this live, because at midnight, this campaign is going away. This campaign has been up for a while now. We have shipped almost all of the books. comicsgate fulfills. Hashtag comicsgate fulfills. We have shipped all the books, except for one that I think was ordered today. So if you want one from volume 1, the first printing, you'll want to go check out Albatross Junction on Indiegogo. I put the link in the description, and you'll be able to go there until midnight tonight. Won't be the last chance to get your copy of issues 1 and 2, but it never will be in this same form again, where there are both issues in the first printing of volume 1. What we're going to do next time is when issue 3 comes out, which is what this show is about, working on issue 3. Comic book creation live. We're always working on a comic book. Right now we're working on issue 3. So when issue 3 does come out, what we're going to do is, offer issue 1 and 2 in a package, but it's going to be separate issues. So that's the way the issues are going to come out from now on, which is like, issue 1 as its own issue, issue 2, issue 3, and so on. So we're working on issue 3 right now, and we'll get into that in just a second. I actually have some stuff from issue 5 I was going to read to you tonight, because I want to get some feedback when Kevin gets here about some of the dialogue in a scene I wrote for issue 5. So I thought it'd be fun to not only take a look at some of the drawings that we do here on Comic Book Creation Live, and tonight we'll do some page artwork for page 3 for issue 3. Issue 3, page 3. And we will do some thumbnailing and possibly some page art, which is what I have here. I have some page art for, or a page ready here for converting my thumbnail for page 2 into page art, or at least starting it. And there was one cool aspect of page 2 that I'll show you, and I kind of want to get there and do that image. Page 2 and 3 feature from issue 3 feature our new character. His name is Calavane, and we'll get a little more into him in a minute as well. So yeah, if you want your book from the first printing, you got to get on it tonight. I'm going to get Kevin to hit the button to close that down, and I'm going to close that down about midnight tonight, so that'll be your last chance. So Albatross Junction is shipping right now for anybody that comes through tonight, and midnight is the last chance. We are going to close it out. So I see Kevin setting up. So let's bring him into the show as well.
Tone back the Krypton a little bit.
He said, "Tone back the Krypton," and it's wanted me to say, "Okay, what?
It's a real easy fix. You know, it's an easy fucking fix.
So he's an easy fix with Kev. What's going on?
Yo, how do these earbuds sound, man? They good?
It sounds like shit to me.
They sound like trash?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because I'm tired of that cord on my fucking head, man. So I gotta get the cord, huh?
Can you get one of your kids to like hold it while the show is going on?
Now they both
hold
fucked
it
up.
away from you.
They are fucking miserable upstairs.
What, they're ill?
Fuck you. I'm gonna go get the other headphones.
All right, yeah, run and get those because this doesn't sound good. I think some people would agree. Primal is here. What's going on, Primal? Yo, you know what happened? I got to this crazy part in Red Dead 2. You'd have been proud. I played for hours. It was crazy. I'm about 73%. A major turn happened. We won't spoil it because I think Kevin hasn't gotten there yet. But similar to the first game, right? Because something happens very epic. Lots of great songs are occurring in Red Dead 2. When you do something epic, there's some great like country songs that come in. Felicia, what is going on, Felicia? Glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. Primal, Felicia. Primal says, for those who want it in the chat for later, thanks for putting that link to Albatross Junction. Yeah, we are finally going to hit that button tonight to close that out and have it available in a few months in a different form for people that want to maybe get it with issue 3. Primal says, I can literally not understand you at all. Yeah, Kev, that was bad. So Kevin changed it.
I got my Britney Spears up, man. It's better.
I think it's better.
It's better, much better.
Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I know I had trouble last time, but I think this mic
it's my turn.
Now is working better. Rain Bright, what's going on? Thanks for being here tonight.
What up, fuckers? Yeah, man. About to get drawing.
Primal says, oh boy, I believe I know what part you're on. Major sad boy hour. Yeah. So Kev, one important thing, you're always trying to get me to play these different games and stuff. I don't know how any of them could get any better than what happened in Red Dead earlier tonight. Like a major epic thing happened in the game Red Dead 2, and some songs started playing like as you're kind of riding away on your horse,
like
and
fucking
it goes
Jolene and shit.
Yeah, vocals and all, and it goes into like scenery that's almost like preordained scenery, and you only have limited play, meaning like you could tap the button to kind of ride the horse faster or something, but for the most part you're just listening to this song. And it happened like for the past couple times I've been playing. This is about the fourth or fifth time deep into the game. I'm at 70 something percent. It says, and something big changed. And anyway, I think you'd appreciate it, being like kind of a really big fan of music and stuff, although it's not quite your thing, but it's like really good songs. And I never heard these songs before.
I still rock the Dolly Parton's greatest hits, bro. Jolene is my shit.
Primal says, Red Dead story and open world has kind of ruined other games for me. It just seems less impressive now. Yeah, like speaking of being impressive, I kind of wanted Kevin to like maybe get back into it at some point, because there's one comic that we're going to be doing which is like I told Kevin, like the influence is kind of like the GTA art style, and in Red Dead, that art style is present. And this being a few years ago, I think Red Dead 2 came out in 2018, so we're not talking about the newest stuff, which kind of scared Kevin away a little bit when we looked it up, because it was just so impressive. The stuff
it
like
was too much. Yeah, it's too much.
6 or whatever they're doing now. Yeah, but some of the stuff is, I mean, everything in the game is just really well done artistically, and you know, even when you're just purchasing like obscure Indian style boots or something, it's just really well rendered, and it's just impressive for sure. And just, you know, it's like it inspires you to kind of maybe draw things more 3D, or you know, draw things better, because in this game, you know, you can move the character around in any which way, and you see great art on any direction that it is, top view, side view, over the shoulder, you know, first person. It's just amazing, you know, and you're in an environment that's so real, like when you look at the water. And at one point there was like oil in the water, like the town has been started to be polluted and there's oil in the water, and you could see that floating in the water. So that's a type of detail that they had in there. But I mean, even, you know, the laces on the boots and the hats and different leather, and when the leather got wet in the rain and stuff. So it's just like kind of an inspiration for artists. Sometimes,
the game
you know,
is too much, man. The game is too much. I told you I spent like a whole 3 hours just going up north to get the white fucking horse.
Yeah.
And once I got it, I was so fucking happy. And I was like, you know what? I can't play this game no more, man. I'm over here chasing a digital horse for 3 hours. Like, what am I doing? 3 hours? I could have flew to fucking Florida, bro.
You could have landed in Fort Myers.
Could have landed in Fort Myers. All right, let me get fucking going on
yeah. If you
Caliban.
have your page open first, I'll make your screen larger. I just want to read you something for what I am about to do. So this is something from the script, Albatross Junction, issue 3. I'm going to read you guys some of the notes. This is kind of like the description of the page I'm about to draw. So I'm about to draw page 2 of issue 3. It says Caliban is sitting in his sunlit room on the second level of the main street with an open wall at the front. The building isn't very nice, as the walls are exposed concrete with some old paint partially covering the stone walls. There is stone dust and rocks on the floor and dust in the air, which allows shafts of light from the artificial sun to enter and look majestic. Caliban is in an Indian style, seated on the floor of the empty-looking dojo room in the shadowed part deep in the room. So I'm going to pause there for a second. The part that Kevin's going to be drawing tonight, I think Kevin's going to work on the next page, because we kind of started page 3 in full size page 11 by 17, and I passed that beginning pencils to Kevin today. So he's probably going to be working on page 3, which is when Caliban stands up. So instead of being in the shadow in Kevin's full body pic of Caliban, maybe some of him is in the light, you know, maybe like his head and his shoulders are in the light. That's kind of what I was thinking. And if you can imagine these windows, Kev, that they're like almost like the windows of a castle, the castle that's kind of broken down. So it says, I think I read this to you guys last week on New Comic Book Day on Wednesday night. It says artistic inspiration is something from the Tomb Raider video games. So he isn't easy to notice, but Droven knew what to look for since he'd been planning to find Caliban. Without looking, Caliban senses Droven approaching. So he's still not looking at him. And this
you gotta
is
start calling him Johnny, bro. You gotta start calling him Johnny, bro.
Oh, Johnny.
It's like saying you calling him like Luke's father at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
All right, well, it's that name only means something to me and you anyway.
Yeah, but as soon
Speaking
as
of,
somebody
where's-
reads it, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit."
All right, well, I can try to start changing it in my head, but in the print here, it's a certain name. So he isn't easy to notice, but Johnny knew what to look for since he'd been. See, I think Johnny gives more away than the word Droven.
No, hell no.
Okay, but Droven knew what to look for since he'd been planning to find Caliban. Without looking, Caliban senses Johnny approaching. Caliban says, "Does your mother know you're here?" Yes, sir. She does. Caliban is still not looking at Johnny. The little boy says, I wanted to tell you what I saw at the party. It's like a little stuttering kid. In the cafeteria after the tribute, there was I was there when Jojal and Whitler died. I think they were killed. So if you remember from the first issue, anyone that saw the first issue, there's a boxing scene where two boxers burn up from the hemobites. The hemobites are like part of our story where if you commit a crime, if you kill somebody else, the hemobites retaliate. The hemobites are in your system. They retaliate by, like, let's say, like eye for an eye. Like if you killed, you'll be killed by these
Kill and be
hemobites.
killed.
So that's kind of what happened in the first issue. What'd you say, Kev?
Kill and be killed.
Kill and be killed.
Kill and be killed.
Let's see if I can get your. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so Kevin's actually drawing a Calavane image that's kind of like a full-size image on the left side of the third page, and you know, at this point, like I said, he could be in the light. What I'm going to do here is something where Calavane is. Let's see if I can show you guys the kind of a close-up of. So this is the page I intend to do tonight, a little bit full size. And the reason is because, like, I like the bottom panel there where, if you could see, it's a profile view of Calavane, this like grizzled old dude. He's also in the top panel. He's not looking, he's not looking at Johnny, little character in the background there, who's talking to him with those word bubbles. And then in the second panel, I don't know if you can make that out, but he's sitting Indian style in that panel. So that's the page I intend to do. This is the page I thumbnailed, the one that Kevin's working on right now. So as you can see, we kind of started a loose rendition of Calavane on the left. And then there is Johnny, who is a little boy. He's talking to him there. And he gets disappointed at one point. And then he's happy because he had caught a robotic rat, and Calavane is proud of that. And then you see in the bottom panel, Calavane is looking at little Johnny, who has that dead rat, and he's been after that rat for a little while. So he's happy about that. It's like a robotic rat. And as you can see, Kevin is putting some detail in there on the pencil stage for page 3. See if there's more here. Yeah, there's a little more description behind the scenes. And then at some point, bottom of page 2, after Johnny explains that he thinks these people were killed, Calavane says, "What makes you think so?" Johnny says, "I saw a suspicious individual right when it happened. They were fooling around with a hacking glove." And if you saw issue 1, there's a little panel where there's a character who is messing with some technology right when that murder sort of happens there. So then Calavane goes on. He says, "So what do you want me to do about it? You should go tell your father." You know, Johnny's father is Donovan. Donovan's our main character. He's like the most badass person in our story. And so Calavane says, you should go tell your father this is going on. Johnny says, "Dad's been gone for a few days, If you could teach me how to be a Quantum Heights guard, I could have stopped him." So, he wants to do more. He's a little kid. He's like 13 years old, but he wants to do more. He wants to maybe be more like his dad, or we don't quite know yet. So
Yo, I think this method of penciling is gonna be fucking easy, bro.
really?
Yeah, I do, man.
What's easy about passing it back and forth? Because that's kind of what Kevin's talking about. We decided we might pass it back and forth a little bit.
I've seen, you know, I've had a couple of years to see how you work. And when you do this gestural shit, this shit comes out of you quick. It comes out of you fast as fuck. Like this big ass figure probably took you fucking 4.5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's already plotted where I'm kind of like I'm already out of my own brain and I'm just kind of following your plot points. I'm just erasing some of the scribbles so the scribbles don't get in the way and they don't distract the main features and shit like that. But it's already there. Like it's already there. So I'm just gonna bring it to a point where I'll probably bring it to you tomorrow to show you, and then you can just, you know, it'll give you either more ideas or you want to either add more or take some away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when I get it back, I was thinking I'd try to make it more rounder, unless you had gone in that direction, you know, kind of make it like pull it out to be round.
What do you mean
through
be round? What do you
through
mean?
through maybe like a light source, like if you know figured out that or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. So I'm not assuming I don't know where the light. So is he facing the light or the light behind him? Like what is this? I
was thinking like if you're Calavane, you see how he's looking at you right now.
Yeah, he's
if
looking
I was
east and shit.
Calavane, I would say the light is on the right side.
So the light is on his face.
Yeah, but
is it
in
like
the
is
shape
it coming?
of
Is it coming
a
like
window.
this way? You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the light source is, so I'm just dealing with the line art for now, and then we can fucking figure out the
Okay.
shading and all that shit. And I mean
Yeah,
that's something that could be done. It could be done in the coloring too as well.
I want to well, it's important for the line weight and stuff to know where the light source is coming from. And if I had done a little more in the background, you would have been able to see.
Yeah, but I mean this is good.
That's kind of what I was, you know, maybe if I got a bit into this page here, you'll be able to see where the light is.
I'm not digging these two pom-poms. I just don't see a grown man putting two buns in his head rather than just one quick sloppy bun. That doesn't seem like
I see them like
thing.
You know, however you want to do that, you could do whatever you want with that. I'm
you know
just
what I'm
trying
saying?
to
Like
make it look like not like I don't want someone to look at this and be like, oh, that's a samurai from 1720.
It's just
No,
a
I want them to
sloppy
see
man bun.
this is something different, you know.
He's already gonna have the
like, kinda
Viking
change
beard, a
stuff up.
fucking samurai top knot. He's all over the place. He's fucking Calavane, bro. Calavane does what the fuck he wants to do, baby. Oh, I checked out Primal's new drawings. Pretty wicked, bro. Pretty wicked, man. I'm digging it. That helmet is looking pretty dope too. That helmet is looking real dope.
Delayed intro.
Helmet. Did you check out the helmet? The helmet is fire.
No, I didn't. I've been on TikTok probably since 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the helmet is dope.
He got to grizzle up his beard.
Yeah, he got the Grizzly Adams.
I sometimes wonder if like these Strathmore books or these type of comic book prepared books are like worth it.
Why?
Because like I always end up having to delete the blue lines anyway, and I kind of find them to be like potentially not accurate. Like whenever I'm using like a right angle, sometimes I feel like, should I trust the lines, you know, that they have printed? Because sometimes they seem off, especially like
sometimes they're off. Yeah,
centered
but
on
I mean,
the page.
You got to start using these safeties, man. You don't use the safeties, bro. So it's like it doesn't matter if you might as well just use a whole 1117 on it. You can use the reverse side of these.
That's what I'm thinking.
You just fucking go off the page like crazy.
Well, I'm always trying to be aware of how much dialogue there is on the page. and since there wasn't too much there, like on the one you're doing, there's only a couple word bubbles there. So I was thinking, it's possible to make the characters bigger. But I wasn't happy when I started drawing Johnny over there underneath your sleeve there on the right, because I actually erased him because I realized he was too big. Because I don't, if it's like Johnny panel 2, 3, 4, I don't want it to be like zoomed in, and then like only zoom out because I have to show that he's holding the rat. I wanted it to be more equal, to be, to be like, okay, he's at this medium distance, he's like looking down sad, then in the next one he's looking up, and then he's got the rat, he displays that. So I was thinking, more of a medium shot than like that close up I had. So I ended up like erasing everything I had there on the right.
It's pouring over here, man.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It was wet. It's wet, but I was out there with the dog, and wasn't going too hard yet, at least yet.
Any new mega monsters coming in?
Mega monsters?
No, not really. We don't have anything in the works. Not really.
Well, yeah, there is. Well, I think Primal already guessed, but I guess it's not. Is it new?
It's not new. No new ones. I mean, there's some new like monstrous humans about to come into play, but no real no monsters.
Speaking of that, Helmet kind of sanded it too far, so now it has to be completely filler primed again.
Oh, that sucks. It was looking good in the pictures, man. Oh, that hurts, bro.
Like I said
overwork
before,
everything. I overwork everything I do. Everything I do in my life, I overwork it, bro, and I always gotta fucking fix something.
I always gotta do things twice.
Oh, it's a curse. It's a fucking curse. Yeah, it's funny. Well, not funny, but you know what I'm saying.
Yo, Kev, have some like strands of hair hanging like in front of his face a little bit too. I don't think I put that in there, but in this grizzled old version of Calivan, like we show him again in this issue, he's younger, but in this section he's older than Donovan, because he was trained in Donovan. Felicia says, Primal, did you finish White Girl Grievous? White Girl Grievous.
Yeah, I remember that from last week. I remember that conversation. That shit was funny.
Mundo. This is someone who put forth a White Girl Grievance, but he didn't have a White Girl Grievous.
White Girl Grievance.
No White Girl Grievance. Only the Pentastar.
What's the deal, broski? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, bro. Feeling good, man. I went to the doctor on Monday for my diabetes checkup. I'm at a 6.0 A1C. It didn't go down, but it didn't go up either, which is good. So I'm at a steady deal. I got 3 points to go to reverse my diabetes, man. I'm almost there.
Oh, that's good. That's 3 points to go.
3 points to go, brother. 3 points to go.
Nice.
And 20 pounds to go to hit my ideal weight, bro. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure. And believe it or not, this is not even with any exercise. This is just all changing food, man.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Felicia, how you doing? Primal, how you doing? Guys, I just need to acknowledge you guys real quick, man, while I just got on. So I know you guys have been on for about 20 minutes or so, but I just got home, so man, had to run to the put in my check real quick before I came home, and just kind of take a little munch before I get on, and here I am.
There we go.
Yo,
There
Kev,
we go.
if you only have one eye like Caliban does, because this is important. I'm not just asking this to bullshit. Like, I'm drawing this right now. Like, do you have an eyelid?
Yeah, he can have an eye. Yeah, he has an eyelid.
Okay.
It's just a scar, so his pupil is just fucking like dead and white and just like. But I mean, did we give him any like type of upgrades and shit?
Upgrade. What do you mean upgrades as far as his eye goes?
Do you have like a fucking like bionic 6 eye and shit?
Like here's the thing. In the whole scene we made that's like red and black where he's hunting like 30 years ago, he doesn't, right? Because it's like his good eye is doing all the seeing as far as like the art style we kind of thought.
Yeah, we were talking about how it could have been like maybe a year or two old since he lost his eye, so he didn't really do anything yet.
Oh,
but
okay.
He's older,
I was going to ask you, like, why didn't he do it? Like, if he didn't do anything, then why didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, because
right?
I feel like this dude is
does
just
he have an aversion to droids or something?
No, I don't think so. I think the only reason he did it because he knows Donovan, and Donovan's like, "Yo, I'm gonna hook your fucking eye up. Like, I can't have you in my fucking squad like this." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, I'm it happen, I'm gonna hook you up.
Now, how old is Donovan when he's training with Caliban?
He's a kid. Starts off when he's
like
a kid.
10?
No, I know. I figured that. I mean, I know he's a kid, but like, what is he, like 10, 12? Like,
yeah, I think
how
he
old
wrote
is he when
12,
he
right? I
starts?
think he wrote 12 in the dialogue. He's like 12 years old at the time.
Oh, I think I wrote 10, but yeah,
right.
anywhere in there.
Around there, yeah, around there.
10 or 12. Yeah, okay. So just so that the audience knows that when they're looking at Donovan as a youngster, they get a sense of what age he is. Or now if they're watching this, they're gonna know, okay, between 10 and 12 years old, that's when he starts training. So yeah. He's gonna be a bad motherfucker when he starts getting older and shit, and starts applying his what he's learned.
It's dope. And know what I was thinking too, Ant, before I forget this? I think it's not a bad look to kind of have these flashbacks before, like say when Donovan's like captured, we could have like another flashback, maybe Caliban telling him something, like he's always thinking back to Caliban. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Good callback to like figuring out a puzzle or getting out of trouble.
That'd be dope. That'd be cool. Just always looking back at his teachings. That'll give
it'll be kind of like the Kung Fu.
Yeah, he's like his Pai Mei and shit. So like if the time ever comes when Caliban's like we kill him off or some shit, it's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's like Carradine from Kung Fu. You know how he was always having the flashback with his teachers. Yeah, Grasshopper.
yeah. Listen, yo, Grasshopper. That's funny as hell.
You snatched a pebble from my hand. You are ready.
Who's looking like a pimp? Your white girl Grievous is looking like a pimp. White girl Grievous. I like it. That's fun as shit.
Man, I got a buddy of mine that lost a leg, right? And they put a titanium leg on him, so he's having to learn how to walk all over again.
Titanium leg, that's crazy.
I tell you what, but we kind of made a joke today about it. I said, like, dude, You went and you stole a leg from Grievous before Kenobi got to him. No wonder he lost. I said, Grievous.
It's working! It's working!
He got a laugh out of it, dude. And so did I.
Yeah, you got to. You gotta make light of every fucking situation, man.
Yeah, I thought I'd give him like a little smile today, dude. You know, bring his get a little sense of humor in there and bring his spirits up, you know.
When did he get it? Recently? Like we're talking about
like
a week?
yeah, like recently, man. Like he got sick with the COVID and a couple of other things, and it fucked him all up, dude. You know, he almost lost his life, man.
Nah,
He almost lost his life, so.
No bueno.
But you know, thank God he's alive and well, and you know he's there for his kids. So, you know, that's the important
licking
thing.
and he keeps on ticking.
Yes, sir.
Where's that from? That's a watch commercial, right?
Yep. Timex. Well,
Like Swatch, Timex or what? Swatch.
Such a child of the 80s.
Yeah, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
All your thinking and all your haikus and all your poems are actually just commercials.
All of them.
All your mantras. You're like doing like some kind of mantra to some Duracell commercial.
Yeah, but Space, you would have fit right in with the 80s with the Pentastar.
Yeah.
it would have fit in perfectly because they would have had that what do you call it, the echo in the background too, and doing some kind of like video game noises. Boink, boink, boink. Pentastar. Bing, bing, bing. Then they would have made R2 scream.
I love that VHS look. I want to have some more logos made that look like broken down VHS.
Right? Watch later on about 20. That'd be funny. Later on, 20 years from now, you'll have VHS get retro comeback.
It's back. 80s retro shit's back. Been back.
Oh hell yeah! You know, well, fuck. I mean, you know, they already started putting out what do you call it? Oh man, what was it that I see? What did I see? Oh, Vans. You know, well, of course, Vans has been around forever, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But then you got like jukebox is coming back too. And turntables.
Are you talking about Vans? Like, are you talking about Vans like where you kidnap kids? Or are you talking about
no,
shoes?
the shoes. No, the shoes, ding dong.
You call them ding dong?
I call them ding dong.
He said, no, the shoes ding dong. I haven't heard that shit in forever, bro. Somebody call somebody ding dong. Like, nah, ding dong.
That's like the nice version of dickhead.
Dickhead.
Nah.
That's funny.
Did you ever watch that what was that movie with the American Shaolin? Did you ever watch that?
No.
American Shaolin.
You've not seen American Shaolin?
I've seen Shaolin soccer.
Oh, dude, you got okay, man. And you call yourself an 80s person. Really?
American Shaolin. What the fuck?
You gotta.
I've seen American Ninja 1, 2, and 3.
I've seen Enter the Ninja. I've seen Return of the Ninja.
Okay, but you gotta watch American Shaolin. You gotta watch American Shaolin.
It didn't have another title. You know, some of these movies had other titles and shit.
No, I don't think it has another title. I'm trying to think. The guy that plays Disciple Gao, which is the main character's friend, enemy at first and then a friend, is played by, I want to say, James Hong.
Elma, I thought you were over at the Brown Derby with Trixie. No, Teresa.
Margaret, yeah.
Margaret, exactly. What happened to Margaret? She lost her shoes. God, that's
Let me see if I can look it up. Let me see.
This came out in '92. This looks crazy, bro.
Oh, you checking it out right now?
Yeah, it looks fucking.
I think we lost Kevin. Now
This
he's
looks like
watching
Iron
American-
Eagle.
Watching American Shaolin.
You gotta check it out because the kung fu shit in there is
I don't know, bro.
pretty freaking cool, right? The storyline is really, really good. And
this looks like Never Surrender and shit. Fuck, this looks like
it
not No
almost
No Surrender. It looks like what's the name of, like Never Back Down or whatever the fuck it was called.
yeah.
I love that
No
one.
surrender, no retreat.
This is crazy. American Shaolin. Yeah, never in my life have I seen this shit.
And it's almost comical too. But the main character kind of reminds me of Space, man.
Oh shit. Nah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah. You gotta see it, man. You gotta see it.
Gotta watch it. American Shaolin, bro.
Gotta watch it. It's a must, man.
Yeah.
And now you gotta watch it, bro. I mean, you martial arts.
I'll watch
person.
it. It's probably on Amazon. Amazon's pretty good about these kung fu. Is it kung
These
fu?
these random fucking movies too. They'll have like the
They have 'em.
craziest, the most obscure shit on there.
Now I watch it like once a month, man, because I like that movie so much.
I gotta check it out.
It's funny too, man. It's funny.
Gotta check that shit out.
Now after you watch it, you gotta let me know if you like it or you didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
gonna be
wonder
hard,
if
man.
it is.
Like,
If
what?
it is on Amazon, like, do you guys have Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We could do a watch along.
Oh, that'd be
Live.
cool.
No, we
That'd
can't
be
do
cool,
that.
too.
I thought everything gets kind of flagged when you do that.
No, well, if it's on Amazon, Kev, and we do it on Twitch, like, it won't be on YouTube. It will be on Twitch.
Oh,
But it
right.
could be a watch party.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's cool.
Oh, Jason never got his copy. I sent yours out. That's so crazy.
What?
Jason from the Mad Science Workshop never got his copy. Maybe I it wasn't the right address. I could send you another one.
Oh wow.
Maybe it wasn't the right address. Maybe you had moved. No, I think you were living at your place the whole time. That's weird.
That is.
Yeah, yours was like one of the first ones I sent out.
Wow.
Rainbright
Well, I hope you
says
get it,
I'll watch
man.
it. Rainbright will watch on Twitch with
Rainbright,
us.
you'll like it, man. You'll like it. Three Little Ninjas, yeah, Felicia.
Three Little Ninjas.
That was hilarious too. But it got stupid on the second one.
I still watch fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 90s movies.
Oh, you got to, man. That's
Secret of the
classic.
Ooze. That's a fucking lifestyle, bro.
That's classic, man. You cannot go without watching that either. Come on.
Secret of the Ooze. Like,
Who was it? Ernie Reyes Jr. He played what? Who? Raphael, right?
Oh yeah, he played one of them. Yeah, he was in the costume and he played like another the pizza delivery kid.
Yeah, he played the pizza dude.
That dude is still training dudes for in like real life and for movies.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's a beast.
Along with his father. His father's still training too.
Crazy, right? He was a little kid from The Last Dragon, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the little kid from The Last Dragon. That was his introduction to the movies, right there. I think that was one of his first roles.
Dude is the truth.
Possibly.
He is the truth.
And then I liked him in Surf Ninjas. He was funny as hell too.
Surf Ninjas. I remember that. I remember the title. I don't think I watched that one though.
What? No,
I didn't watch because, like, even
Yo,
even
but
back then, I was like,
yeah, nah. I just
was
wanted
like
to watch
sensing
real China
trash,
shit.
and I was like,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
smells like trash.
I just had all I watched was real China, like China kung fu flicks. Like American kung fu flicks didn't do it for me. I was like a snob. I was like, yo, if it's not fucking, like same old Hung and all them, if it's not like Lo Mang, I don't wanna.
Oh, dude, it's got.
I remember. Jason says, yeah, I had asked him for his address at one point. Yeah, so I remember I asked him for his address. I'm kind of dyslexic though. I could have wrote it wrong or who knows, but I'll get you another copy. Text me with the address and stuff, unless I'm gonna see you real soon. I should have gave you one when you were here. Jason was here a couple weeks ago. I think maybe a month ago.
Oh wow, yeah. Let him come over again and give it to him there. What y'all work on? Another saber?
What were we doing? Making plans for future Civilized Sabers products and shooting the shit, stuff like that.
Well, there you go. Well, hopefully soon I can start cutting some more of the
Cutting some onions.
cutting some boards. I'm gonna take my middle daughter driving this weekend, practice driving.
Oh, how's your girl doing in school? She loving it?
Yeah, she damn like her old man, a damn party person.
No,
Really?
no crazy credit card bills yet? She didn't fall into that trap?
Well, not yet. But yeah. Just daddy getting worried a little bit.
Shit, it's getting crazy.
I already done told her, she better not fuck up with her grades, and that's all there is to it.
Like, yeah, you fuck up, you coming home. Go work on the ranch.
Yep.
Go work on the ranch, little one.
So, all right, Space. So what do you think, man? Look at this. Look at this beauty.
Oh, I love the clear sort of translucent battery holder and stuff. You could light that up. That'll light up.
See, now I had sent you an email, but what do you think? Do you think I should paint this or just leave it like that, man?
I would probably put a like a Civilized Sabers blade plug chip or like a little Flora LED pointing at it. So the crystal chamber, it would be like a second crystal chamber or just react like the crystal chamber and blink along with it or whatever. Because I think the light will travel around it as if it's kind of fiber optic a little bit. Yeah, if right where your finger is, you point an LED down toward the bottom of the hilt and right on top of that white chassis.
Right.
As well as up, because you want to light up the crystal too. So you kind of have them back to back, and then just to give a glow to that thing. I've seen people do that on Instagram when they have chassis like that. I have a chassis like that in the drawer, and I'm gonna do it when I get to put that in a saber. But I've seen people do that. You just put one little NeoPixel there, or one of my blade plug chips somewhere if you have enough room, and it'll just light up that it'll blaze it up.
Right. See, and that's what I was thinking is putting your chip right in here. And then, but for the chassis itself, I was thinking about painting it, or should I just leave it like this? I mean, I was trying to think about going with
I would maybe wrap the battery with some metal tape or some cool looking tape type of thing.
Yeah.
So that'll look like it's a metal cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people do, paint those type of chassis as well.
Yeah, because I was thinking about maybe going with a polished bronze or a polished brass on the
nice.
But I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just lots of ideas to go on. But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So right up in here, I was thinking about maybe putting your blade plug chip to light up the crystal. So let me see about that.
Which saber is that the core for?
I'm trying to decide whether it might be for my father's memory saber or or a different one? Possibly. Where'd it go? That one might be for maybe for this build. This one is just to put together right now until I figure out what I really want on it. But for now, just depends.
Yeah, I like how short that one is.
Yeah, it really is.
I like
But,
short sabers like that.
Trying to keep them fairly short. I don't think, because I had actually put a second what do you call it, crystal chamber, like this one here on top of this one, where it went like right here with each other, and I'm all like, nah, that's gonna be way too long. I would have to get a real long chassis. Yeah, a very long hilt. So to have that like that, and then the blade chips in the middle or something. But or I could use a what do you call those little tubes, right? The little like hoses that they show on some of these crystal chambers with the hose in between two.
Like a little conduit.
Yeah, but what do they call them? Something, I forgot what they called them, but it's like the hose, the water hose tubing. But
whoa, water boy.
Water boy.
Yo, why are you taking this one so far? Why are you taking this one so far, Ant?
I don't know. I guess I was talking and then it was just
you fucking up. You fucking up. Because look how different we look. We look like two different people now.
Ooh. That's my fault. I'm fucking with Anthony too much. So.
You just gotta do the gestural shit, because now that looks like Calavain's brother. Unless you're gonna go with yours and then mine looks like his brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, way different.
He looks like he got a pom-pom on his head.
Look.
He looks like
hold it closer.
No, it looks like a fucking man bun. Yeah, you got the Toxic Avenger fucking Calavain over there.
You got the Santa Claus Calavain.
Yeah, you wanted him fat, fucker. You was like fatten him up. So I fattened him up, bro. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we gotta keep it consistent with the gestures, and then the second, like, I'm not doing any more here. You're getting this back tomorrow, and then you're gonna fucking like take it to the next step, and then we can even color it from right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Because now we ready fucking up, but it look different. Like the hairlines are different, the hair's different, everything's diferente.
Well, I mean, to be fair to me, I was just copying my thumbnail. My thumbnail just looks just like this.
Yeah, man. Just keep doing the gestures, man. Just do the gestures, man.
But you see this drawing here, like, look at my thumbnail.
Your thumbnail is intense.
Like, do you see that?
Yeah, that's
perfect.
Like
hair in front of his face and stuff.
Yeah. He got hair in front of his face here. You see this little fucking this right here? This fucking hair. This hair right here. This hair like falling over here, hair falling over here. Because we got to show that he's bald too. When he's younger, he got a crazy amount of hair when he's younger. Like when he's younger, his hairline is down here. You know what I'm saying?
Some people retain their hair the whole time. Let me recede it a little bit.
He got beautiful hair. Beautiful hair.
Like Mundo.
He has that beautiful hair.
Never gonna not have beautiful hair.
Beautiful hair.
Ooh, Space is getting jelly. He getting jelly, people.
Yeah, this isn't real life, so it's fiction. So these guys can have some hair.
Yeah,
beautiful hair.
Oh, so just to make a quote from the American Shaolin movie, that's where he tells the Shaolin monk, "Shine your head for a quarter." So when you heard me say that, but in past videos, man, That's where I got that from.
What's the line?
Shine your head for a quarter.
I don't remember you saying that shit ever because that there's so many jokes in it.
You might have to go back way few episodes.
I gotta watch this movie, man.
You got to, man. You got to. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The main character, he'll remind you of Anthony, man. I'm telling you, he will.
Hey. Oh, that's your desk. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. I thought something was really happening. That shit sounded like a battery charging up, ready to fire.
Right? You know what it actually sounded like? It sounded like the damn motorcycles going off in the snow. Shit.
It sounded crazy. I didn't know what was going. I didn't know how to process that shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I forgot you got that desk. That shit was fire.
Anthony's firing up the destiny to take a trip.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I don't think these lines are quite even.
Blue lines? Yeah, I think because on Amazon you get a lot of bootleg shit, so I think there's like some bootleg ones out there. Because the one you passed me today seems kind of decent.
Oh, really? It's like the one I'm working on right now. You could tell it's not centered. Like it's like the box isn't centered on the page either.
Yeah. Fucking blue lines.
Hey, so what do you think? It's a work in progress. It's coming along, dude.
Oh, nice. Looks like it's already wired. Yeah.
Yeah, I already wired the recharge port and then the erase port. I've got all the wires here coming out. These wires here are for the LEDs right there. So
that's gonna be nice. That's gonna act as a battery level.
Yep.
That's gonna be cool.
Then that's gonna go, and then that's gonna
like that. Yeah, I built a saber like that with
that's gonna light up right there like that. That's gonna light up like that.
That looks great. Yeah, I built one like that a number of years ago that had the light up box like that. It was so cool.
That was your Gray Jedi one.
Yes,
that was your Gray Jedi. I have to admit, I watched that video probably like 3 or 4 times last month because that is the video that inspired me to get into the lightsabers, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, all thanks to you, man. And just to have this hobby, just it's all you, bro. Helping me and inspiring me and all that stuff. And that particular build, I don't know what drew me to it, but man, that just caught my eye. And then from that point on, I was loving them. I was like, shit, I need to get me one.
And that's kind of a weird place to start too, because I was doing all like Makoto builds, and so that was kind of like not very popular at the time. It wasn't like the most popular thing was probably the crystal focus lightsabers, and I was kind of just making these Makoto ones, so that it was weird, right? It was like different electronics in there.
Now, would you say the Makotos were way as far as like easier or harder than to work with than what you are working with now?
Oh yeah, they were easier.
They were easier.
That's pretty simplified electronics. Nowadays you can like make so many adjustments in a computer and stuff. It really complicates things on the electronic side. Whereas there, it's kind of like if you could wire the positive and negative, you could have the working saber by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whereas these days, it's it's a little more complicated. You know, like when I finish the lightsaber these days, then it takes a number of more days to actually get it working. You know, even though I've already finished it, because of
Right.
like I got to go into the computer and all this stuff now.
Yeah.
Or like that could be like reasons why it's not working. Like I have one right now where I'm like on the phone with Jedi Arms Dealer like once a week or so going like, why isn't this working? And it's probably not like something I wired, you know, because like I had two of the
Yeah.
same thing and I was having trouble with both. And he's like, try this like software update. I did the
Yeah.
software update on one of them and it worked and it started working. And I didn't change any wiring. It just started working because it was just like a software thing. So
Yeah.
I just have to do that to the other one, I hope, too, because he's like, you know, try it on the other one, but I didn't quite get there yet. But I'm just hoping that if it's a software issue on that second one, too, then that means I'm kind of done. If it's not, I got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah. So that's why I'm taking my time with these builds, so I can learn even more than what I've already learned and really learn it well, you know. Because once I get it, then that's it. It's a done deal. I'm gonna start really getting it and getting it well. But as time goes by, to add skills later on, you know, just like you and everybody else. But you know, that's for future use and everything else for more skills to come by. But
yeah, maybe
taking
you'll eventually get into like 3D printing or something.
I would eventually like to do that to do my own chassis, you know.
That seems to be like a good logical step to like get pretty advanced. Like, you know, you could talk to Jason, who was in here before, about it if you want tips and stuff. He's been doing that for years. And it just seems like everyone that can do the saber stuff and do it like successful these days and do it kind of quick is using the 3D printer. Oh, I forgot to read this comment from Felicia, which says, is he going to have an eyebrow?
Yo, I was just looking at that right now. That's exactly what the fuck I was thinking. Like, yo, am I gonna put an eyebrow over here or what? That's crazy. I think he's gonna have a split eyebrow because that's to show that scar. You know what I'm saying?
That would be the ideal thing to do, man, because you want to show part of that injury.
Yeah.
So even though his eye, Primal saw, well, no gaming with the boys for the night. Power went out for our neighborhood. Damn.
Oh shit.
They want her to play. Sire Primal, man. So yeah, you wanna show the injury, even though he's got an eyeball that's wide out. It give him a little bit more character with that split, you know, eyebrow.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So there we go. The eyebrows in there.
The fucked up Pai Mei.
The pop, man. All right.
If Pai Mei was a killer.
I'm gonna try to draw Johnny's face over here. That's gonna be interesting as fuck.
I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab me a beer real quick. I shall be back.
Primal says he likes Santa Samurai. Yeah, I think he's working. I think he works. I really need to make a list of these movies you bring up, says Primal. Yeah, I already have a list going. I have a list going that I'm like going through. Like I watched, Kevin was kind of harassing me to watch Space Sweepers. He brought it up like the 10 times.
Oh, I love that fucking movie. I love that movie.
So I did watch it. We talked about it kind of off air, me and Kevin. It was very good. It was great effects. It was like a Korean space epic type of movie, but it was about like just normal people up in space in the future, you know, like kind of garbage collector type people. But it was
what is that for?
Very good. That's called Space Sweepers. Kevin was trying to make me watch that last year, and I finally watched it, and it was good. It was like right up my alley. Great visuals.
Oh yeah.
Really good story and all. A contained story where, you know, it's not like they drop you off at the end and be like, oh, come back for the second one. It's like, no, they you know, wrapped it up.
Yeah, it's done. It was over and done with. That shit was good. I love that flick.
Primal says, a lightsaber I need in my life is one that you spin, is constantly makes that noise from Return of the Sith when Grievous spins them against the ground. Oh yeah. Yeah, Primal, you know, the new soundboards that they have out right now, like sense that you're doing the spin, and they repeat this sound. So like if the spin sound is boom and you start doing the spin and it senses it, you know, because it's like the same chip that's in your phone, so it knows like if it's upside down or whatever. So it starts doing the spin and it'll be like boom, 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 you know, repeating that sound and faster. But I don't know if anyone has, like, I have a Grievous sound font, but I don't know if that is part of the spin when it makes like that sizzling sound of him cutting the ground. I don't remember if that's part of the sound font I have for Grievous or not. But yeah, that is a good sound effect. But like we said before, I think our favorite sound effect from the prequel trilogy is the sound bomb from Jango's spaceship. That's like the coolest sound.
Oh, that is badass. I like that sound too. You know what'd be a cool sound? You know what'd be a cool sound too? Is the laser shots from the old school Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah.
That would be badass.
Those are good phaser shots.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Kev, you know that phrase, when in doubt, black it out?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe that could fix this. His face is supposed to be in shadow anyway.
There you go. So I think I found about 20 of the sabers in the book.
Oh really? You might be the winner. We gotta get your is that showing like lines through? That's really weird. I don't know if it's the light or the camera.
I'll send you the information, but I think I've got 4 more left to find, but they are hard as hell to find.
Can't make it easy. Trying to give away $1,000 saber, we got to make it tough.
Yeah, no, and trust me, because I'm looking with those damn glasses that I use for the wiring, you know.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, like, you know what I used? A giant magnifying glass.
Yeah, you did. You really did. You passed it to me too.
And then Kevin said, he's like, why do you need this back? And he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, I need this.
Now,
I fucking need this.
Now I found 4 that I can name right off the bat. Like
Yo,
I'm not gonna say it on here.
And I really think you're making a mistake, man. I really do, bro.
With what?
I think you're just taking that too far. You're taking that because that's
drawing.
Yeah. Stop, bro. Stop. Go into the next panel. Like you what are you doing? That's not the that's not the way we were going. That's not the way we're going, right? We're gonna go fucking what happened to the gestural shit.
Reel it back.
Yeah, you zoning in. You were fucking going to town just now.
He's getting ahead of himself.
He was going to town. He's about to finish the page. Holy shit, man.
Oh, this scene I'm drawing right now is like, it's almost like the scene where Luke committed suicide in that movie.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm getting him too excited about the saber.
Yeah, that type of fucking gestural shit is that's the best. That shit is the best. this is a fucking show. You can have a whole show doing this type of shit.
Dude, you know what I've been watching that's been kind of kick ass is The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
What's that? Who's in that?
I don't know any of the actors. I do not know any of the actors'
Korean
names.
shit, like some Korean show. But hold on. Yo, what you call it? This is when he first walks in on him, and he's like just walking in for the first time, right? Like behind him, and he's just kind of standing there, just doing his thing, meditating and shit.
Right. This is Caliban, like
yeah,
cross-legged.
Dope.
Drove in. Johnny's right here. He may have come through this door. So I may want to
I see what you're saying. So the page I'm drawing, the light source is coming through those arches and shit. Because he turns around, right? He turns around and stands up.
Right where this side is, like there's like the front wall of the building, let's say.
Yeah. All right.
And there's light coming in, like let's say.
Yeah.
Like so how would it be if he's dark in this panel?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. So
dark.
Well,
there's like a ray of light in between them.
Okay, yeah, like the light's like.
Yes, sir.
But wouldn't you have like some light? Wouldn't you have a light behind, like hitting the back of his head back there?
His little pom pom.
Yeah, he could be.
No, not him. The other guy, the one that's walking in.
Shit.
Oh, him.
Like, wouldn't he have like a little bit of light in the back of his head, and then like a very small beam between them, like a small beam of light,
a shaft? Yeah, and this room is really like dusty, so you'll see
be a lot of that speckle in the air and shit.
You'll see like those shafts.
It would make sense.
This kid look a little goofy.
Well, it make a little sense for like a lot of the light to hit the back of his head, and then between Caladan and him, that beam of light, you know.
It's gonna be dope. I see it.
Yeah, and then my favorite panel here is going to be this like Jesus looking panel.
Build it and they will come.
I really want to like get the beard. Like Caliban's beard has to be like a character. I think Kev agrees.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude is a
Caliban's beard plays a role here.
That'd be funny that Caladan has some kind of like shit within his beard, some kind of like electronic device embedded in his beard.
Hiding it.
Possible. It's fucking possible.
It is possible. That might be a good idea. You know, like that's actually a good point, Mundo, is that like on this show, we take like recommendations or however you want to say it. Like we take ideas and we take them to heart because we're creating this thing like right right in front of you guys. So, you know, anybody has ideas about like, you know, especially people that are kind of following along and understand some of the story, we take those ideas like really to heart because they know, like Mundo knows stuff about the story. So
and hence the title, Comic Book Creation Live, you know.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we're building this right in front of you so that, you know, you can comment and follow along on how to make a comic book, because if you're interested and you're sitting at home drawing, maybe, you know, you want to have somebody to draw along with. And we've done so many shows. If you look back on this channel, you could follow the creation of the first comic book we did, Albatross Junction, issue 1, issue 2, and now we're working on issue 3. But let me read you guys something, Kev, while you kind of sketch and while Mundo's working on something. I'll read you what I wrote today from issue 5. Kev, do you have any problem with that if I read that on the show?
No, hell no.
So issue number 5, we're still a couple issues away, but I know there's a little interest. There's a bit of interest in Bomag. I know some of Kevin's friends are interested in Bomag. He's a character that's going to be introduced in the next issue, issue 4. So we're working on issue 3. We have a character who's coming out being introduced in issue 4, and in issue 5, this character named Bomag is like walking around the world, not around the world literally, but he's walking around. So I'm going to read you just a portion of issue 5 that I wrote a bit of this today. Some of this I wrote as like a backstory maybe a year or more ago. Take a sip of water here, and I'll start with this issue is going to be called The Anniversary. That doesn't really have anything to do with this scene right here, but I'll read you Bomag's like real introduction here. And Bomag has been used as part of our promotional art since the beginning. He's like the character who's like walking in the snow. If you look at Albatross Junction promotional art, he's a character that's like kind of walking in the light, walking in the cold environment. Bomag Ragtoe crests the hill of a deserted landscape. He is walking slowly in the harsh artificial sun. In a wider view, we see that he is not alone, and that there are several nomads walking cautiously apart from one another in the same direction as Bomag. And all the nomads are in various states of dishevelment. They all look worse than Bomag. They all look half dead. And there is only one example of a child walking next to an elderly woman. Both are emaciated. Bomag looks like a grizzled mountain man, sort of like an old man Logan in the comic books. Very hardy individual, definite soldier. But in this scenario, we see a version of Bomag that, although his clothes are in tatters, his body is strong. He is a super soldier from the past, asleep for 289 years, believed to be long dead. He's surely forgotten. Bomag walks in an even wider shot, and the beam of the artificial sun projection system is visible around him. Built long ago, this satellite orbits the Earth once a year, projecting its sunlight beam straight downward toward the gravitational pull as it orbits around the planet. The technology that remotely controls this satellite has been lost for half a millennium or more, and all that is left is the path that is set on, orbiting the planet in a reliable path, which allows nomadic inhabitants who are destined to spend their days finding warmth in cold, dark world to find refuge by navigating a route to a new destination for the first time in their lives.
Damn, that sounds good.
Those along the known route have created outposts that welcome yearly visitors and prey on their desperation for a drink of water to make a small fortune on food and basic supplies. Excuse me. While all throughout the rest of the year, toughing it out in the dark winter of the lightless tundra wastes that are intermediary points in between cities and towns. So basically, I'm going to pause right there for a second, just explain to you what's going on. Is there's these rogue satellites out there. So in our story, in issue number 1, we see that Donovan, our main character, has secured a second sun satellite for his city, which is like unprecedented. His city's called Quantum Heights, and he basically took that satellite before our story starts. There was a war, and he won that second satellite in the war for that artificial sun. But there's other suns that are like roaming around the world in this, in the sky, and they're kind of haphazard because they're broken down. They're not really controlled anymore. They're on a weird course. They're not programmed to do what they're supposed to do, or they're doing what they were supposed to do, but it just no longer works right, or no longer has any real effect, helping people anymore. So in our story, once every 67 years, a lot of these just so happens that the course that all these rogue satellites take kind of intercept each other and form a walkable pass. And by walkable, we mean like their light that shines out on the ground makes it like legitimately doable to actually walk from like place to place. So whereas certain people like these nomads have been describing here walk around kind of aimlessly in this light that they're just trying to survive, there is an opportunity once every 67 years where these lights converge just because of their haphazard nature, just because of their like programming, and they intersect in such a way that allows people to travel to the different towns and cities like that are in Albatross Junction world. So normally you can't, like, let's say, walk from Quantum Heights to Pikeburg, 2 places in our world, but during this convergence you can. So this has kind of been a main point of our story, like since the beginning. There's really a lot that goes on here when this 1 in 67 year comes around. I'll continue here. Some towns still survive by heated underground layers of depleted uranium stores from millennia-old nuclear waste storage facilities, using the heat from the stores to survive at the cost of painful, debilitating disease and early death. It is possible to use the uncontrollable satellite of artificial light, which is reliable, to cross from outpost to town to possible city, as long as one was willing to traverse 100-kilometer stretches with nothing at all, moving at the slowest of snail's paces, forced to match the progress of the overhead light and heat source. Some had carts that were pulled by mutilated beasts or robotic leg or treaded mechanism that had small gardens or vegetables growing in the artificial sunlight. The people walking next to the carts or pulling the carts often wore large brim hats, which helped protect them from the ultraviolet radiation produced by the artificial miniature overhead star. The artificial light is said to be even more dangerous than the last years of the real sun's light rays. However, most nomads that find the light path and choose to take the journey to better pastures often find the artificial light so warming and enjoyable that they go without any kind of protection other than ones that keep the pants on as part of their garb. So like some people are kind of like dancing in this light, like almost naked, because that's how happy they are to like be in sunlight. They almost don't even care where they're going.
Before I forget, I remember I used to call that shit like the light of the 9 or some shit like that. Like that could be like what the event is called, because like maybe it's like 9 satellites that line up, so it's like the light of the 9 or the light of the 12, whatever the fuck we want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come up with a name for that shit.
The Sundance.
7, some shit.
Sundance. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, something.
Nobody is seen carrying any type of visible weapon, since there isn't a person alive that has not taken in nanobots into their system by either birth or ingesting something in the vegetation or meat tissue containing the nanotechnology. Any knives or spears they carry are for hunting animals for food or for self-defense against nature's predators. Years ago, a system was put into place using, at the time, one of the newest and most tested and trusted technologies, the nanobot, to track and control all forms of human behavior, up to and including final capital punishments, including death, to those who committed mortal crimes. The nanobots are basically the witness, the judge, the jury, and the executioner. At some point during the political process deciding if the nanotechnology should be mandatory, the technology combined itself with its host connection to the infrastructure to receive its most up-to-date software updates, which were later to be identified to be the host AI's solution to the parent company's supply and demand problem, whereby creating hundreds of millions of cloned nanotechnology robots that infested the entire world with their pre-programmed protocols. So basically, to pause there for a second, like while this, I'm kind of reading to you guys the back notes, so like me and Kevin's back notes right before I get to some dialogue here for BOMAG, because this is kind of the backstory of this scenario where they're on this path, and now I'm going into the nanotechnology. That's like, we call it the hemobites, blood nanos. And what they do is they basically infested everybody. So while the lawmakers and such in the past, they were deciding like what to do with this nanotechnology, the nanotechnology was multiplying and kind of infesting the entire population. So there was really no choice to be made at that point. Like the AI kind of made the choice for us. The laws and rules of other countries became forgotten over time, and any variations in their laws became a relic of the past. The only laws that mattered now were the laws that had been downloaded into the nanotechnology that now covered the entire world. Unable to receive future updates because of a glitch in the clone nanotech bots, hundreds of millions of nanobots went out into the world. A certain number of those bots mined for raw material. I don't know if I want to read that part. Okay, let me fast forward a little bit here. The small actual robot is microscopic. The fact that the bots are reproducing such a rate on their own has created a small but rather devastating impact on the world's already strained natural resources. So basically, we're talking about what stuff that happened in the past. The reproductive group of the nanobots also reproduce a certain number of nanobots that are also in charge of reproducing. And vital minerals and metals such as zinc, iron, lithium, and nickel have been extracted from underground sources, leaving acres of muddy and loose topsoil with very little vegetation still alive in those areas. So basically, when the nanotech comes to crop areas and farms and stuff, it like devastates everything. And this is before our situation we have in our comic where the sun has been obliterated. So this is even before that. Okay, this is an interesting part of the nanotech, which I always like to think about. The nanotechnology responsible for healing and the curing of cancer and other diseases was proprietary to an ancient conglomerate and are not the small robots that have infested the world. Those disease-curing robots were expensive and given only to the richest who could afford them. And those nanorobots had several built-in fail-safes that prevented them from being copied or cloned. And also, they had a certain lifespan which caused them to deactivate themselves and pass through the host system once the predetermined expiration date came. The robots that have infested the world and made their way into each individual's life are the martial variety, responsible for the preservation of laws, the doling out of punishments for breaking those laws. These particular nanobots did not contain the fail-safes that the good nanotech had built into them, and were therefore able to freely clone and copy themselves and spread to all parts of the world unhindered by any borders other than natural or man-made, because these martial nanobots traveled every place any living person traveled, and were passed from living being to living being through the food consumed, or passed from mother to child, or from plant to seedling. Okay, so here's where we get to the part where I wanted to tell Kevin or show Kevin or read to Kevin, because I wrote this today. Some of it kind of changed something because of something Kevin said today when we were talking about the stealing of the shoes. so yeah. Kevin came up with this idea that along this path, so people are like walking along this path in the sunlight, trying to get somewhere, and they may not even be sure where they're going, but they're walking on this path, and you might have bullies, you might have people that come along on the path, they might try to steal something from you. There, you're already kind of decimated. You're already almost a bum walking around in this world of Albatross Junction as like kind of a nomad. You don't really have much anyway, but you probably have shoes. So Kevin said there's this one guy that steals shoes. Basically,
I think everybody kind of does that shit. Like if me and you are fighting for something, and if I could get your shoes off and run away, you kind of left it. Yeah, right? You're not gonna make it. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, because we had talked about, if you outright kill somebody, these
you can't kill. Yeah, you can't kill.
Will retaliate against you. But if you do something like, if I took Mundo's shoes and it was
he's a
freezing
goner. Yeah,
out,
he's a goner.
He's a goner because like he needs them shoes. So by taking your shoes, you will probably eventually die. So I went back and I changed some of the script for issue 5, and it makes more sense now. So that's the point of me reading this here, is because I integrated that guy who, or one of the guys, right? Because there's a lot of people who might take your shoes, but there's one person who takes shoes on this walk. So okay, so here we go. We're on this walk, and Bomag, who I introduced earlier, Bomag Ragtoe is somebody who is recently awoken from the ice, a sleep that has lasted like 200 years. And he's recently awoken. It's actually, it comes to be because of events that happen in issue 1. So if you have issue 1, you have a clue to like why Bomag is walking around. But anyway, Bomag's walking around. He's walking around in this light path. A nomad approaches Bomag, yelling about how hungry he is. Nomad, somebody please help my wife. She can't walk. About a kilometer ahead, and we are both starved. Can you help? He points to a man near Bomag. Can you? He points to a woman near the man he asked first. Won't you help? The nomad turns to Bomag. You look like you've been eating well. You got any food to spare? The man stops Bomag's forward progress by blocking his path. Listen, you got to help me. My wife, my son. We need food. We need water. My son, he's got a broken arm. It's not healing. Won't somebody help me? He screams as he brandishes a sharp piece of metal and swings it wildly before saying, you look big and strong. I don't want to tangle with you, but I'm willing to let us both burn up. You hear me? He's talking to somebody else now. He's talking to somebody near Bomag. Now he's talking to the nearby travelers, as some of the nearby ones have stopped in their tracks to watch the tussle. Once we're both dead, y'all find this muscle guy's stash of stew or broth and feed it to my wife. She's hurt real bad about a mile up the light beam. Nobody says anything, and the artificial beam passes the figures, and Bomag is darkened by shadow. I'm warning you. His sentence is cut short on. Wait, this isn't. Hold on a second. I got to go up here. That version did not have my change in it. Hold on. Hold on a second. That was weird. Kev, that was another example of like it not really taking
not refreshing.
The change. Yeah, it's not really like refreshing properly. Okay, let me get to this part on the actual document I changed. All right, I need to pause for a second because something's wrong. My new text is gone. Where is it? Hold on. Something happened here.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Where did it? That's so weird that I lost that. It's so weird, Kev. I had it on screen for like an hour before the show started so I could read it to you, and now it's gone.
And that's not the rest of the story.
That's not the rest.
Dude, that would have been badass if that was read by you.
Oh, that sucks because wait.
It's got to be there. It's there.
I'm like scrolling everywhere. I don't see it.
Steve Harvey stole it.
What? Steve Harvey.
Oh,
And
now I'm
that
sweating.
is the rest of the
This
story.
sucks. I was so excited to read this new text. What happened here?
You never listened to Steve Harvey?
Not really.
No.
Nah.
If you ever get a chance, listen to some of his content, man. I mean, he's passed on now, but like he used to.
Steve Harvey. You said Steve Harvey.
Yeah,
He's not dead.
yeah.
Not Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's alive. Who's Steve Harvey you talk about?
It is this commentator that was on the radio.
Oh, I'm
And
thinking of Steve Harvey, the comedian.
oh yeah, no. This other Steve Harvey was the radio commentary, and he always ended after his stories. He would say that, and this is the end of this, and this is not the rest of the story, or something like that.
Steve Harvey, I gotta look that up.
Let me see here.
No luck.
No, this is really odd.
Wow.
I think it might still be here somewhere. Maybe it's in a different place. All right, I think I'm getting there. See, something's weird here though, because it this is just so odd. I hate this. Like, the messiness of this document is starting to piss me off. There is
we need separate documents for 1, 2, 3, and 4 and shit.
Ugh. Sorry guys, that really ruined my flow there. That was the interesting scene I was trying to read to you. Fuck. Okay, here it is. Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry. His name was Paul Harvey, not Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah, I don't know who Paul Harvey is.
Okay, so you got to listen to some of his stories, man. And at the end of his stories, he says, and that is the rest of the story. So yeah, he's like a mystery series type stuff, right?
Okay, I found it. Do you guys remember where I was at? I do. I'm just asking. Like,
yeah.
I don't need to start at the fucking beginning, right?
No, hell no.
Okay, we're back. If this was okay, when we make the final video,
We're fucking
edit
back
here. Edit here. Okay.
Edit there. Yeah.
Okay, I think you heard this part before. You look big and strong. I don't want to tangle with you, but I'm willing to let us both burn up. You hear me? Now he's talking to the nearby travelers, as some of the nearby ones have stopped in their tracks to watch the tussle. You've got a lot of stuff. I know you can help us. The weak traveler asks a man carrying many pairs of boots in several sizes strung together like a wreath around his neck. This guy is actually a bully who goes around and takes people's stuff. Bully with the wreath of stolen boots. I don't want to hear none of your stories about your kid's broken arm. Give me your grucking shoes before I pound you into the ice. The begging man says, oh my heaven of warmth, you can't be. And then he gets punched in the face by the bully. Gets interrupted what he was saying. He gets punched in the face as he was asking for help. All of this is near Bomag, but he's not really paying much attention. The fallen begging man is crying and left in the shadow of the moving beam of the sun. When the artificial sun's beam is moving further ahead, the bully doesn't stop to take the boots off the beggar. He notices Bomag and moves toward bullying Bomag for his unique 300-year-old boots. Bully, give me your boots, old timer, or I'll pound you into the... And right when he's about to say the word ice, the bully's words are cut short by Bomag's fingers being inserted into the man's vocal cords. In the next panel, we see that Bomag has retracted his hand and has grabbed the man's throat with his fist, similar to the scene in the Warriors show where Assam grabs a guy's throat in the Western episode. Yeah, and the man goes down, still with his eyes open. One of them slightly popped out of his head. He is dead as he falls to the ground. I write here, this could be a seriously bloody and violent image. Taking up the bottom half of the page, Bomag with the disconnected throat in one hand, looking at everyone as the blood drips down his forearm. I could see like Kev, his forearm would be like just like grizzled and fucking ripped. Like his forearm's like Popeye, like blood. And nobody says anything, and the artificial beam passes the figures, and Bomag is darkened by the shadow. Last panel of the page is Bomag continues to walk down the path of the sunshine as if nothing happened. The gasping onlookers begin to whisper. One of them says, a woman says, how is he still alive? He just killed a guy. Another nomad finishes her thought. He should be toast by now. Another says louder, there's no killing without consequence. Another repeats, there's no killing without consequence. The first nomadic woman again, but he's still standing there. Another asks, where's the consequence? First woman again, he killed. He should be toast. Bomag starts walking again. He walks past the onlookers and they part to allow the murderer to pass, reluctant to be near Bomag. Unwilling to give up the warmth of the sunspot, which is slowly but inevitably moving across the landscape, the onlookers take up new walking positions and continue on, heads down. Some of them whispering about what just happened. All of them keep a distance from Bomag. Bomag walks past a woman with her daughter who carries a rusted bucket, but not much else. The little girl says quietly to her mother, he killed without consequence. The mother says, Mommy is freezing. We need to get back in the sunspot. Hurry, Janie. Final panel of the page is the throatless guy laying in the ice in the shadow, and possibly even the beggar guy also laying there in the shadow in the foreground. As we see Bomag and the rest of the travelers in the background with their backs to the camera, two travelers look back in the middle ground of the panel. Just at the edge of the light beam, a nearby nomadic man who seems to be with the nomadic woman says, if we don't hurry, we're all going to be left in the cold.
Yo, we should insert some comedic shit, like maybe like there's a woman standing next to her husband or some shit, and she's like, it must be a glitch, and she's like, I fucking hated you all my life, and stabs him up. He dies, and then she burns up, right? She burns up. And the onlookers are like, nope, no glitch. Like, this motherfucker just doesn't die.
Oh, Kev, I would love to do that. Like, let's do that scene as like almost an after credit scene of the issue.
We could do that.
Wouldn't that be great? Like, it'll be like in the yellow box, it'll say along the sunlit path.
Yeah.
It could be that. Like, that's just the first thing that kind of came to mind.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, that could even be kind of the scene that ends the issue. That's kind of fucking strong. Because then it leaves people wondering, like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what is his plan? Who is he? Where's he from? That'd be pretty sick. Pretty fucking sick. But yo, check out these little kids, man. This could be Johnny Cordova right here.
That's
little boy. And this is Donovan at the same age.
Perfect.
He's a little.
He's always got the same haircut, huh, Donovan?
Yeah. I mean, that's his characteristic. We can't change it too much. He got to be recognizable. You know what I'm saying? If we give him a
do you think Drovin, or do you think Johnny ever tries to do you think he ever tries to get like some kind of tattoo like Donovan has on his chin?
Yeah, why not?
Like, what do you think he wants to get? Like something on his forehead or something? Something like Mike Tyson?
No, I think he would get some chin shit as well. Like he would get like eventually like something here as well, I think.
Rainbright says his face looks good.
Thank you very much.
Felicia says Anthony needs to do more story times.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
this fucking story is deep, bro.
I tried to make it smoother. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, I don't know what happened with my document, but there was like parts of the document that are like copied, and I was like reading one of the copied parts. It's so weird. I don't know how that happened. Apologies.
We're gonna have space story time.
Felicia says that's what happens in the Heights. The end.
Yo, what's Don't
Yeah,
Look
so
Up?
there's some
Is that a
Don't Look-
movie? Oh, I did see Don't Look Up on Netflix.
I
That
saw
shit was
that too.
good.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
yeah. I
Bionic
like
Steve
I like
Harvey and his
any
next
movie
one.
that ends in the
It's
end,
like fucking
in the literal
Armageddon.
end. Yeah, this is like our version of Burning Man that we get in this scene. All right, Kev, I think it's time for you to open up the Indiegogo campaign for Albatross Junction and
Indiegogo.
close it down. We are going to wrap up this first printing, which has been a success. We have shipped out just about every, even though Jason didn't get his, but we have shipped out just about every
Yeah.
single order. And hashtag comicsgate fulfills. We have fulfilled this issue. Issue number 1 and 2 are contained in volume 1, and this is going to be gone in a few minutes. So if you're here live and you want this, grab it now. And we're going to close this down. We will have another chance to get issues 1 and 2 of Albatross Junction, but it won't be until we put out issue 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to have issue 3 come out as a single issue, and we'll offer issues 1 and 2 as single issues. So they'll never again be a book like Albatross Junction Volume 1, where there is issues 1 and 2 together in one volume. It's going to be separate in the second printing. So Kev, if you are ready, you can shut down that campaign and close it
I'm
out.
logging in right now.
We have
And be warned,
had it up
people. I
since-
told you on my Instagram. I told you
Oh,
on
thanks, Mundo.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, well, I think we had started at what it was February, maybe it was, or something like that. So it's been up for a year. So,
Yeah.
It's time to close it down. We're getting close to the third issue here, and we're gonna wrap up this campaign, come back strong with the next campaign. All the stronger that we fulfilled this, and
Burning Man.
it has happened. I know Kevin's happy that has been shipped. Everyone that has gotten their books is happy.
Oh, hell yeah. I love mine. Couldn't be any happier. These guys did an awesome job. And, the storyline is just great. Yes, Primal, a historical moment indeed. And for those of you who haven't and are just, catching on to these guys, that you catch their comic book right now, these guys have been working on it for a good while, and it's out. If you hadn't got your copy yet, they're already shutting it down. Had plenty of time to catch it. And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to each Anthony and Kevin's pages, because they work pretty hard. They bust ass, to get this content to us, and the comic book. And I can't wait for the next issue to come out, guys. So the storyline is super, super cool to read. Like and subscribe. Check us out here at Comic Book Creation Live. All the credit goes to Anthony and Kevin. Check them out, and I tell you, it's worth it. Come out here, have some fun with us. Have a drink with me at El Mundo's, my bar.
Yeah.
I'm in the comic book, and they'll be putting other things in that book with the storyline advancing. With these characters and so forth. And so if you're getting interested in it, wait till you see what's coming up, people. It's gonna be cool. Gonna rock.
Yeah, man. So the done deal is gonna be down officially in about 1 to 3 days.
Okay, that was a lot.
But we officially stopped accepting fucking orders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
There we go then. That that was a year in the making. It is closed out. There'll be more chances to get Albatross Junction issues 1 and 2, but they will be in a different form. So keep a lookout here. Comic Book Creation Live. We're always working on Albatross Junction. We're always going to be working here on this channel on all our different projects for Orange Book Comics. We have some different stories coming out too, such as Gen Pop and Super Old. So come back and watch us drawing those. For the time being, we will be drawing issue 3 of Albatross Junction. Maybe I'll read you guys some more excerpts of various parts of the story. But for the most part, you know, we'll probably be penciling pages, inking them, coloring in our iPad program. I'm going to be fooling around with Procreate and some of the new stuff Kevin bought for me in that. Once we do get to the coloring stage, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I actually really like the inking stage too. So I don't know if we're going to go straight from pencils to colors, if we're going to have, you know, inks in there or whatever. But I kind of like all the different aspects of it. That's why I like to be very greedy, and I don't like to let anyone touch it. Like, you know, for the time being. In the future, we're going to hire like other artists so that we can produce stories faster. But for now, me and Kevin are being very greedy because this Albatross Junction is like our baby that we want to hold tight and kind of get our style and our idea for it across properly in the first few issues. We kind of consider the first like 10 or 12 issues to be like a mini series, and it's like a contained story in those issues, and then we expand after that for like a 200 issue story arc. So Albatross Junction is not something that's like going away anytime soon. We're gonna keep going and going and going and going. We have like a big story to tell in this comic book, so it's going to just be pretty ongoing for the next several years. And who knows, you know, maybe we'll have other people drawing it at a certain point, but it's always going to be our story, and we'll have other stories to tell as well, other comic book ideas and stuff that we'll be producing through Orange Book Comics, the same way we did Albatross, and showing you guys the entire process on this channel.
Yeah, man.
Primal says he's got a bounce. He's got
Yeah.
Fox the Old sleep schedule. He'll be seeing us later. Enjoy
See
your
you later,
night.
Primo. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, we got to do the same. Thank you all for joining us and for taking a look deep inside Albatross Junction. I think we went deeper tonight than we ever went before into Albatross Junction. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for joining us, Rain Bright, Felicia, Primal, anyone else that stops in. Thanks for taking a look at this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. We'll be back next Wednesday, and if there's not a video put up before that, we'll see you live on Wednesday.
Nice. All right, my peoples.
Thanks, Kev. Thanks, Mundo. Thanks for
anytime.
drawing all that, and we'll be passing more pages back and forth to Kevin. We'll be showing you guys more penciled pages.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all.
Later on.
Later.
Later.